How's it going out there? I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're still working on your goals, your dreams. I hope you're still going after becoming the best version of yourself. I am 38 years old today. This is a great day, one of the greatest days in the history of time. Why? Because God saw fit to allow me to go through all the things that I went through to live to be here today. Statistically speaking, growing up in South Central LA, I shouldn't even be here. I should have not even seen my 18th birthday, let alone 38 years later, right? So I'm gonna take that opportunity to share a wish, a birthday wish, a goal, a dream, a vision that I have for you for 2020. But before I do, I wanna talk a little bit about this $2 bill that I have here. And I want you to know that this is a small reminder that helps me do a very significant thing in my life to help me go after the goals and the dreams that I want to achieve in my life. But before I tell you what the reminder is, I want to tell you how I first got this bill. It was about a year ago. It was one of those days where I was overwhelmed with so many different things. I had so many deadlines I had to meet, conference calls. I mean, there was so much that I had to be a part of in that day that I felt like I was becoming overwhelmed with just a variety of things. I'm a high achiever, I'm a high performer, and I also like to see the things that I produce be at its best, look phenomenal, be one of the top quality things that I produce. I don't like to just put something out there that kind of sort of looks okay, right? So when I'm working on my projects or whatever the case may be, if it's not to a certain standard, I keep going back until I get there. Oftentimes, that becomes very consuming for time. It becomes a big task that I have to keep working on, but that's just the kind of person that I am. I love to see a great product produced. So, in this day of being so busy and boggled down, I got real frustrated to the point where I even forgot to eat lunch. So I decided to run over at a conference call that was coming up soon. So I decided to run over to the grocery store, grab me a quick sandwich, and head back over so I can keep the ball rolling, keep things getting accomplished for that day. When I got over there, got my sandwich, got it, headed to the line, and there were so many people in every single line. It wasn't a holiday, it wasn't anything special. It was just the timing was not what I thought it was going to be. So I'm knowing that I got to get on a conference call. I'm kind of pacing back and forth. I said, let me go to the cash register, the customer service, to try to get this thing purchased so I can head back over real quick. I get over there, there's another line. So obviously my frustration is just escalated. I'm pacing back and forth, and I'm also the kind of person that if I'm upset or frustrated, I don't have to say one word. You can feel it on the other side of the room. That's just the kind of person that I am. And I noticed that the cashier was looking at me like, okay, this guy is upset. Let me try to hurry up and get these people through so I can get this customer serviced. But as I waited, I looked over and I saw a gentleman who was also in a rush. It looks like he was trying to get a couple items purchased, was trying to head out the door just like I was. And in that moment, I felt the need to just calm down, to take a breather, to relax. I realized that I was creating a not so good atmosphere, and it wasn't beneficial for anybody, and it wasn't going to speed up the cashier effectively. I mean, she could have possibly made a mistake at the register, then prolong the whole process, trying to rush to get me through the line. So as I did that and I calmed down, the gentleman decides to pay for his items with cash, and in that I happened to see a $2 bill, this $2 bill here. And it was phenomenal for me because the last time I saw a $2 bill, I think I was like 8 years old. My dad used to have a couple he kept, in his kind of his sacred things. And I always thought it was interesting because you don't see $2 bills a lot. And, almost 30 years later, I see it and I'm like, I'm going to get that $2 bill. So when it comes time for me to purchase my items, I pay with cash, ask for the $2 bill back as change, and sure enough, the cashier gives it to me. It wasn't until about 2 or 3 days later that what dawned on me was that the only reason why I saw that $2 bill, because I made a decision to calm down and be present in the moment. Though I had all kind of things going on in my life at that day, all kind of deadlines and things that had to be accomplished, I made a decision to relax. That allowed me to narrow my focus, to see an opportunity, and not just see the opportunity, but think about how I can seize the opportunity. It's only a $2 bill. It doesn't have if you say a actual like value that I can take this $2 bill and go out and buy a home with, but it has a significance behind it because I was able to make the most of the moment by calming myself down. And this year coming up, the goals and the dreams and the visions that you have to be successful is going to require you to narrow your focus. It's going to require you to stay calm in the middle of the storm. My goal, my dream, my wish is that you achieve the most success in every area of your life in 2020, but you have to calm down. You have to remain present in the moment. You can't allow distractions to take you off course. You have a gift, you have an ability to do great and wonderful things. But here's the thing, none of that matters if you're constantly focused on so many different things in your life. You have to be laser sharp focused in order to see the opportunity and seize the opportunity. I can't help but to think about Joseph in the Bible when it talks about how he had the gift to interpret dreams. He saw himself as a ruler in his dream over his brothers. He shared that dream with his brothers, and that eventually got him sold into slavery. Went into slavery, later on was lied on, and ended up going to prison, serving an unjust sentence, all because he initially started off interpreting a dream, using his gift that he had. But here's, to me, the most significant part of the story. While Joseph was in prison for something that he did not do, he still used his gift. And in order for him to even use his gift, he had to remain calm in the present. And because he remained calm in the present, in the midst of the storm, he used his gift. He heard two gentlemen had a dream, went over and interpreted their dreams. That gave him the opportunity to have that message delivered to Pharaoh. And Pharaoh, hearing what Joseph did, also had a dream. Couldn't interpret his dream, called Joseph forward and asked Joseph to interpret his dream. Joseph utilized his gift to interpret Pharaoh's dream and became the second in command of all of Egypt. So he went from being sold into slavery to serving an unjust sentence to being the second in command of Egypt because he chose to use his gift. But in order for him to do that, he had to remain calm in the storm. Joseph could have been upset. He could have stayed frustrated. He could have stayed bitter, hateful, and all the above. But he chose not to. He chose to, even in the midst of a storm. You got to think about that. Joseph was serving time for a crime he didn't commit. And what led him to serving time was that his own brothers, his family members, sold him into slavery because they hated the fact that he had the ability to do something that they didn't have the ability to do. And yet he didn't allow anything to keep him from seeing and doing what God has called him to do. If you want to see your dreams, your visions become a reality, you have to stay focused. You can't allow people, you can't allow circumstances, you can't allow anything to take you off course. Don't allow stuff to take you to a place you don't want to go. A place that does not line up with the calling that you have on your life. You have an opportunity, but you have to seize the moment. And you can't seize the moment until you decide to calm down and stay focused. Listen, I want to see you do great in 2020. My prayer, my dream, my 38-year-old birthday wish is that you can be all that God called you to be and do all that He called you to do. So stay focused, keep your mind and heart in the right place, and watch your dreams and your visions become a reality. Have a blessed remainder 2019 and truly have a phenomenal, super exciting 2020. Have a great day and be blessed.